Right, go.
Hi, I'm Dawn Smith, and I'm just going to create a piece of fluid art. What I'm doing now is just preparing my canvas. The blue strip you can see around the edge of the back of the canvas is so that when the paints run off the edge, they don't create an awful mess underneath. And I'm now just going to put some push pins in, which will raise the canvas off the table when I start to pour the paints. So there you go, because otherwise it'll all run underneath and again pool underneath and create a horrible mess. So you need to raise it off the table. Some people just use plastic cups, put 4 under each corner, but they tend to move, at least if you use the push pins. They're in place permanently until you decide to take them out, of course. So I'm just pushing those in.
Gonna pause it for a second.
Okay, now I've got the back prepared. I'm just going to check that the painting is level, because when you're doing fluid art, if the painting is not level, the paints will run in a direction you don't want them to do, and
that's good to me, that.
They'll blur. So the bubble's looking okay, because I'd already leveled my table weeks ago. Yeah, bubbles in the centre.
Turn it 90 degrees.
Turn it 90 degrees. That's good enough. Yeah.
Okay.
So we know that the paint will stay flat and not run and merge into each other in a way you don't want it to. So I'm now going to lay down my background, which is just going to be plain white. Just check the consistency. It needs to be like melted honey when it runs back into your pot. This is just paint and water, by the way. I've not used Floetrol or any of the other pouring mediums. It is just acrylic paint and water. So I'm going to pour it into the centre. Now another important aspect of this is you have to get rid of air bubbles. If you don't get rid of the air bubbles, they'll blob up at the end.
It's just the camera file is just focusing on the actual painting.
A heat gun, what you might use to do your creme brulee, or it's just a cooking, and it will get rid of any air bubbles in there, so they're not going to pop up and create a big lump in your painting afterwards, because you want a nice surface. So that's the air bubbles gone. I've now got to decide how I'm going to layer these paints. I'm using kind of a rainbow colour, really. First of all, I'm going to spread that circle a little bit more, because eventually I'm going to want this to run off the sides. So we'll just even it out a bit. Okay, there we go. So I've got to decide what to start with first, and I think I will use the red. We're going to have a rainbow colour in here. So I'm just going to start pouring. Just pour them in lines quite evenly, but next to each other, because we want these to merge. And always think of your colour mix. If that red mixes with pink, what colour is it going to go? When that pink mixes with gold, what colour is it going to go? So for example, I'm very concerned that I don't want green in this painting. So the last thing I want to do is put blue next to gold, or else it will go green. So I'm going to do another thin strip of red. And now I'll go in with my shiny purple. And my shiny peacock blue. Whoa, look at that mixing. And I'm going to do another small layer of this over that side in the same sequence, but not quite as big.
I'll give you 100 why you should. Sign up to Dazzle Bingo today and get 100 free bingo tickets and 10 free spins when you deposit £10. Get among the fun at dazzlebingo.com. Over 18s and only. T's and C's apply. BeGambleAware.org. Go to dazzlebingo.com.
I don't know if you can see it on the video, but you can see some kind of cell reaction happening here on the turquoise there with the white.
Oh,
you see the cells already starting to appear, and we haven't done anything yet, so
You got the light a second, Dawn?
yeah.
You can see that in brilliant detail, the blue and the white.
Well, that is going to spread when we do this swipe, which is what I'm going to do, is a swipe.
Look at the red and the yellow there.
Yeah. And the turquoise blue again.
This is getting this in exquisite detail, this Dawn, now Dawn.
Right, okay, well pause it a minute now, Josh, because I've left it. Okay, I'm just going to give the colours a quick blast with my heat gun to make sure it gets rid of all the air bubbles in that. There's nothing worse than lumps in your paint after. So there you go. That's got rid of those. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swipe these colours.
With what?
Using a spatula. And I'm going to use my white paint. Some people might use the black paint on this because, but the person I'm doing this for wants white. So you just get a thin layer of the white paint on your spatula, and then you rest it very gently on the paint as if you're going to try and pick up those colours, and do it slowly. And can you see that beautiful effect it's just created? Look at that cell reaction. Okay, so need to clean your palette knife off, get some more of the white paint so you can get at the rest of it.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, and I'll get the rest of this here now, maybe go in this way.
It's reacting afterwards.
Can you see the reaction?
Yeah, that's intense.
Gorgeous.
The camera got all that as well.
We'll now do that bit over there.
Getting more white paint.
Yeah.
Let's look at these colours. So we get zooming on these colours for a second so I can get this really clearly. So that's what I got right now. Go for it, Dawn.
Okay, and then now get these over here.
See that transforming off the page.
Okay, let's get this last edge here.
Oh, that was pretty good.
And we're not done yet. There's a lot more to do yet. So that's all the initial swiping done. Once you've got this far, if you see a bit where you think you've missed, well, you know, just go over it again. You can see how that's just come up now. You don't actually need to do this because we're now going to tilt this canvas so that all these colours and all that lacing stretches out. So, it's up to you which way you tilt first. Just have a look at your composition and think, which bits do I want to lose, which bits I don't want to lose. I think I'm going to come to the bottom right first. You'll see how your paints still move very, very much. Once it goes completely over the edge, tilt it back to move your paint back to the middle. Can you see how that's stretching out? That is beautiful. Right, I'm now going to take it to the bottom left corner. Let it settle a minute, a few seconds. And let's stretch it out this way.
Looks like blue skies over lava or fire.
Okay, it's going over the edge now. You've got to make sure it comes straight over your corners. Okay, you can tilt it back again. Move your paint, or the most volume of your paint, back to the middle.
Well, this is well better looking at it with your eyes. You got such a mad mix of colours.
Right,
You've still got green.
I think we need to get some over that far right corner now. Yeah.
That's made it. That's great.
You see, we're almost over the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, and bring it back. And we've got one more corner to get to, and that's top left.
You want to go at it evenly. You want to get that big lump in the middle, more central, don't you?
Yeah. And that's what you do. Just get it back to the centre. Okay, and we'll go for the last corner now, yeah? I don't really want to lose all that red up there because I like it. So you can always manoeuvre it a bit so that you know.
Try and stretch it across more.
See, that's right. You stretch it across there. Now it'll go off the corner. Oh, come on, don't lose all that red. Oh. But once it's gone over the corner, bring it back and it will bring your red back.
Do some of that then.
Can you see?
Bring some of your red back.
It's bringing the red back now.
Get some more red on there toward that white. I like the red looks good.
That's a beautiful composition anyway. We've got quite a bit of a white patch. Put it down
Can you move the red to get up like here?
Put it through and have a look, and then see what bits you don't like and which you do. I think there's a bit too of a white block piece there, and Joshua likes the red, so he wants to bring that down a bit. Now you've got to be careful, because if you manoeuvre it too much now, it'll all mix up and look a mess. So you can manoeuvre it, but don't do it too much. Let's bring that red down. I'll tell you what, if you see it's not quite gone over your corner, pick up the paint from the edge of the table, make sure it's on the corner, and then it will move back again.
See, even your paint drops look beautiful.
Well, I will scrape that up and reuse it, trust me. Let's just move that red a bit back down here. You see, you've got to be careful, because if I move the red back down, I'll lose that purple and orange there, and they're gorgeous. So I don't want to do that.
Just want to leave some more of the white. I think just like If you tilt it just purely in one angle, you just tilt these two
Just
corners,
wait.
you'd lose the white down this side. And
That's it. So sometimes it is what it is. That is absolutely beautiful, actually.
it is. I think it's good. So.
And you're not done there, because if you really want to, like we've got a bit of a white patch here with not much else in it, well, all's not lost.
Putting some more red in there.
Because I know Joshua likes the red. And then what you can do is take a straw, once you've added the red in, because we don't want it to stay like that in that line, do we? You can take the straw and blow it gently. You see that effect?
Can I have a go at that, Dawn?
Can you see that, Josh?
Can I try that?
So we've put the red back in. Does that look better? Do you like that? You can blow it as much as you want. Because you don't want it to look like you've just poured it in. What do you think?
It's nice.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I did. I feel like we lost too much of this red down here.
Yeah.
I feel like if we just tilted it a bit differently, it could have just run across instead of losing it on the edge.
But if we tilt it more now,
no, I understand. You can't go back, but it's a beautiful piece. So Dawn, tell us, where can people buy this work?
You can buy this through my Etsy online shop, Aurora Acrylic Art. Okay, now this is the wet finish, and trust me, the last thing you should do is give it another blast with your heat gun to make sure there's no air bubbles now appeared. And sometimes I've not used any silicone oil on this. If I had, more cells would pop up, but I didn't want a cell effect. I wanted this lacing effect, and the heat gun will actually bring the lacing out a bit more. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Make sure you get your edges, because these canvases produce the 3D effect.
The link to the Etsy shop is in the description of the video.
Yeah, and it's Aurora Acrylic Art.
So I'll just copy and paste your link to the video description, and there for everyone to use.
One thing you have to do at the end is make sure all your edges are covered, because the paint's run over the edges. So I'm just touching the edges up now, and then run your finger right under the rim, because to get off any excess paint that's run under there, because if you don't, it will continue to drag the paint off the canvas. So you've got to make sure that the underside edge is dry, so that it doesn't continue to drag the paint off. Otherwise, when it dries, you'll have a completely different composition than what we've got now. Okay, so that's all it needs. Just run your finger under the edge. Can you see all that comes off? That would carry on dragging your paint off the edge if you didn't do that. I think that's beautiful.
I think that's beautiful.
And it's shiny now. It will dry.
Is it finished?
More matte. Yeah, I'm done with that now. It will dry more matte, but then I will spray it with gloss varnish to bring that shine back up.
The investment will create a stunning new space to host businesses, cafes and festivals.
Okay, any last words?
No. If you like them, buy them.
How much would something like this go for?
I would sell this for £50. It's 20 inch by 20 inch.
Okay. Have a look at the Etsy shop in the link below.